In 2026 and in life, things are competitive. This is going to be another one of my motivational talks because it's what I'm currently dealing with right now. Look, like I said, life is competitive in 2026. We've got AI tools that can help you be better. We've got new waves of people always being born, although less now than previous generations, right? Because nobody seems to be having children anymore. But other countries, that's not the case. There are new people being born every year and new people graduating college every year. And these people are fired up. They're wanting to make a difference. They're wanting to test their mettle. How are you going to compete with those people unless you have the edge? How are you going to win unless you perform at the top of your ability? How do you do that? Well, you've got to have grit. Now, I've talked about consistency before, and I think that consistency is single-handedly the most important characteristic, thing that you can do to ensure that you're going to become the best is by doing something over and over again and logging those hours, getting that experience, continuing to objectively look at what you're doing, reflect, and make yourself better each and every time. However, unless you have grit, consistency doesn't mean a whole lot, because you can keep doing something over and over again and improve just slightly and still not outpace the competition. So you might ask, LG, how can I win if I'm being consistent? Well, to that I say you have to have grit. Grit is like the lighter fluid that you pour on the fire of consistency. And what I mean by that is grit is the ability to avoid gratification now for a reward that comes in the future. And specifically, I'm going to give you the example in my own life. I do a reaction channel where I talk about contemporary topics and review breaking news stories and give a nuanced opinion on what is happening in those stories. And these reactions involve me to be these reactions require me to be at my sharpest, for me to not only be consistent and learning things each time, but to learn as much as I can, because I'm trying to be better and better so that I can compete and make money and support my lifestyle and support myself and not live in squalor and afford to put food on my table. But how can I do that if I'm only getting just a little bit better each time? So when I go out into the world after making my videos for the day, and I go and I have a night of drinking, or I go and I spend the night at someone else's house and maybe don't get as great sleep as I could get at my own house, I am foregoing all the improvements that I could make if I exercised some grit and made decisions that would allow me to be at my sharpest each day. If I get that good sleep, if I don't go out drinking, the next day my brain isn't foggy and I'm able to think more clearly. I can record my videos earlier in the day when I have more energy. That grit allows the consistency to be at its most maximum performance level. So when you're doing anything and you want to become the best, you have to use every single edge that you can find. And by making that decision with everything that you do, will this take away from my ability to perform at my most optimal level? with whatever I'm doing every day as my passion, what I'm trying to get the best at, if it takes away from it, then don't do it. Even if it will give you a little bit of that instant gratification, if it's going to diminish how good you're able to perform, then don't do it. And you may say, well, LG, I still got to enjoy my life. That's true. You do. And that's the balance. But try and find other ways to enjoy your life which don't endanger your output of what matters. So watching a movie when you have a little extra time, as opposed to drinking a whole 6-pack of beer, coming home and playing with your cat or dog, as opposed to spending the night out and chatting into the wee hours. Now, I'm not saying if there's a wave of something that feels really special and magnetic, don't do it. But I am saying that by not exercising grit, you're missing out on a key piece that is going to make that consistency every day really matter. And so I hope that you guys understand that. I'm implementing it in my own life, and I will see you guys mañana. I hope you have a great night. Don't forget, you're the best, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.